welcome to Live Your Dream TV, the coolest place on the web for entrepreneurs to be inspired, educated, and entertained. My name is Carbo. I'll be your host today. And we have a special treat today. We have somebody who's going to teach us how to change our life a little bit here. I'd like to introduce you to David Beers of the 39-Minute Workout.
That's
awesome.
Yep.
Welcome. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so that's a very, very good name, because as soon as I saw it the first time, it caught my eye, and I was like, whatever that is, I need to be a part of that group, because I need to cut it down to 39 minutes.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about what you do and how you help people in 39 minutes.
I came up with that name just because I think that a lot of people would love to obviously save time in their workouts, and I know from being a gym, somebody who worked out in a gym in the Y, that it can take forever to do a workout. And one of the most important pieces is the tool I use, which is the Russian kettlebell, which is just incredibly effective because it works strength and cardio at the same time. And the other piece is just, I wanted to bring a level of intensity to the workouts that most people miss, in that they're not willing or able or don't have the knowledge to to be as effective as fast as possible. So I call it a 39-minute workout because that's all it needs to be. Part of it is picking the right tool, and part of it is doing the right exercise. So it's not a problem to break up strength and cardio separately, but it absolutely expands the time it takes for you to get everything you need, which for most people is to slim and trim and firm up their body, and then to burn fat and keep your heart strong.
Sure.
So it's not that it's bad, but if you separate them, it often can take 1.5 to 2 hours to really do everything you need.
Yeah.
And if done effectively, if using smart training, smart tools, and a good intensity, it can be done in 39 minutes, literally. It doesn't need to be more than that.
Okay.
So you can address strength, core, cardio, done.
Perfect. We're going to be starting something up in April. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right, so challenges are a great way for everybody to get rolling with making a change. To me, fat loss and weight loss isn't it. That's not the whole picture. I'm much more about health and wellness coming from acupuncture.
Yeah.
But it's fun, and it gives you a goal, and it's a good way to start.
Right.
And for a lot of people, it really is. If I trimmed a couple pounds of fat off of me, if I firmed up my muscles a little bit, I'm going to feel better about myself. I'm going to be happier.
Yeah.
I'm going to not have to say, that's some goal in the future.
Right.
So this is a challenge for people trying to lose 5 pounds, trying to drop 100 pounds, quite honestly.
Wow,
and
great.
It's going to be 3 months, and I'm going to limit it to 25 members.
Okay.
We'll break into teams, and there'll be nutritional support.
Oh, awesome.
Standard training.
Yeah.
And lots of prizes at the end for the biggest loser in fat and weight, and then the biggest loser in inches, if that happens to be somebody else.
Okay.
And it's going to be fun. It's
Awesome.
Absolutely it's going to be a great start for people.
Okay, awesome. Now, I had heard of kettlebell before, never seen it done, but I've heard a little bit about it, and I know someone who also trains it in another state, so I've never actually experienced it. But you were telling me how it's frustrating because a lot of people that you see doing it, or a lot of videos that you've seen out there, train wrong.
Right.
So why don't we just take a second, if you don't mind, and you can show us what it looks like when it's done right, and then what you're seeing out there of what people are doing wrong.
Sure.
Okay, awesome.
While the kettlebell is getting popular, there's one major problem with it. A lot of people are teaching it that never formally trained, never learned correctly, and here's the big problem with it, okay? So if you see somebody who's squatting, bending their knees a lot, and their torso is tall, and then they're shooting the bell up in the air mostly with the power of their arms, this is not a kettlebell swing, okay? You'll notice most of the time they have a very light weight, which a lot of time the consumer thinks, well, I'm not strong, that must be the right weight. This 26-pounder is, I have my 62-year-old mother-in-law swings this kettlebell, so don't be scared of weight. Weight is the only problem if your form is wrong. So here's what most people teach. They squat, they're too vertical, they stand up, and their arms raise the bell up in the air. That's a really bad, ineffective shoulder raise that works your shoulders a little bit. Here's the kettlebell swing. You'll notice a major difference in the intensity. What this works is the back of your legs, your butt, and your cardio like this. So here we go. quickly you can see how much more vigorous that is. It's more vigorous because I'm using my hips, my torso is folding, my butt and the big muscles in my legs are driving me forward. It's not a shoulder raise. Okay, quickly, my heart's going a mile a minute. It's harder for me to talk, and that's not even a weight that's heavy enough for me to lift. So you got the idea how quickly it goes. Boom.
Awesome, David. Thank you very much for that. Now we all know, and we'll get a hold of David so that we can work out and do it right. Also join that 90-day health challenge, because hopefully I'll be a part of it too.
For those of you in business, I don't know, many of you probably have MBAs, studied business, have a business background, or at least worked in business for a long chunk. For a lot of us, I went to acupuncture school. I had no formal business training. I had no background, and in a lot of ways, I floundered for too many years without that knowledge. And a year and a half ago, I came across Dan Kennedy. He has a marketing system. He has a partner named Bill Glazer who lives in Towson, actually.
Oh, cool.
And they have a group called GKIC, Glazer Kennedy Institute. I would honestly recommend any books out of that camp from Dan or Bill. I would say I've been a student of that marketing style for a year, and it was a lot of work. It was a struggle, just like any program, because I was in the middle of trying to run my business while learning these new tools and implementing and struggling with them. But for me, it's clicked, and it's starting to really make a difference. And there's nothing more empowering as an entrepreneur to know that you.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that's sorry to cut you off. That's kind of what we talked about in a few episodes back. Mick and I were talking about all the different hats that entrepreneurs need to wear. They are the product. They do the marketing. They have to do all the background stuff. They have to be the salesperson too. So when you can connect with a fabulous source for any one of those, definitely kind of got a gold mine there. Okay, so that's Dan Kennedy.
Dan Kennedy.
Marketing stuff.
KENNEDY.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for that tip. Yeah. We don't get a lot of marketing advice here on the show, so I'm happy about that. Yeah. Is there a website or something that people can kind of look you up and connect with you?
Absolutely. So www.39minute workout. The number's 3 9-minute workout. No space.
Awesome.
Or my name, davidbeers.com.
Okay.
You also can see me on YouTube. I have a couple videos I've just started putting up actually.
Oh, perfect.
So if you YouTube David Beers, BEARES, you'll see the first 3 videos that I've put up so far. So,
fabulous.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, no
awesome. David, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show. We've really appreciated all the stuff you've said and all the tips you've given us. Would you help us wrap up with the question of the day?
Sure. I love this question. It was actually posed to me by a teacher a few years ago, and I thought, what a fabulous question. So, what one habit could you take on today that if you did it every day would make the biggest, most profound change to your health and to your life? And do it.
That's awesome. That's perfect. Guys, thanks so much for coming and watching. You know what to do. Answer the question at the bottom of the page, and we'll get some good feedback on there. Thank you again, David. Guys, our passion is your passion, and together our goal is to go out there and help one more person live their dream. Thanks for watching.